What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television on a Monday night edition of the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for the Tampa Bay sports fan, for Sports Web fans out there, especially you Go Bucs fans, it's your time. So how do we start off this show? As you know them, you love them, you got to have them. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. On tonight's show, we will have Noah Harry the Greek. He is still sick. So we're going to give him the night off. And it's just going to be me and you, and we'll see how long this goes, because we got lots to cover when it comes to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I get it to the chagrin of people out there saying, you're still talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Doesn't matter if there's football games going on. We never rest here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television when it comes to talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I will say, how impressive was that victory by your Tampa Bay Lightning last night? And listen, I've been told lately, and some of you people are just not satisfied with anything. Like, I can't get any respect from you at all. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm giving you a 2-hour show. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but really look at it. Who's giving you a 2-hour show at 9 o'clock at night, commercial free? We got one commercial here and there, but commercial free with phone calls. You get a chance to call in twice. You get a chance to say whatever you want to. I hear you bitching and you're moaning. I feel like some of you are like a bad relationship, the way you treat me sometimes here on this show. But if you want to talk about that hockey game last night, feel free. The phone lines will be open. We'll talk about it. What a hell of a game. And oh, by the way, it didn't snow this weekend, so that kind of stunk. But what a game. The Lightning win 6-5. You have a goalie fight with Vasilevsky and the Boston goalie there. You get off to a fast start. 11 seconds in the game with Brandon Hagel. You got to love that, as my phone is going off right now. So I probably should turn that off, the sound off on it, the notifications. First time we go live, right? First time we haven't gone live in about a week now. I missed you guys, so there you go. But 11 seconds in, you got to love that. And then after that, and I got a story to tell, because this is funny. Because you know that I live with two roommates, and they're both sports fans. But one wasn't too optimistic last night about the Lightning's chances. In fact, when the Lightning got down 5-1, he basically told me, I'm going to bed. You should go to bed. And I said, you know what? The Lightning are never out of this. The season that they've had, even with the injuries, what they've been able to do this year has been absolutely amazing. And you know what he said? He said what a lot of you fans tell me on a daily basis on Facebook and Twitter, especially Facebook. And you know who you are, and that's okay. I'm okay with taking criticism. I can take it. You know my story. I know your story, but you probably don't know everything that you think you know about me. I can be a punching bag for you. I can be your punching bag. But he basically said, you don't know anything about hockey. The game is over with. Turned off the TV. And guess what? I didn't listen to him because I watched a tremendous hockey game last night with John Cooper dressing like Scarface. People go, whoa, why did he do that for? Why did he do that? What do you mean, why did he do that? A salute to Ybor City. Just give him props. Just give him kudos for having fun with it. And oh, by the way, you got to love the touch there of Baker Mayfield, which, some of you Bucs fans want him to walk the plank, as some of you Bucs fans have said on social media, want him to walk the plank. He's leading the Lightning out along with Tristan Wirfs, who we've had on this show before, wearing the old school Lightning jersey. And what did the Lightning come out in? Creamsicle. And of course, when the Lightning are down 5-1, all you can hear first and foremost is, they shouldn't have wore the creamsicle jerseys because that's a curse. That's a curse. And guess what happens? Enough with the curses. The Lightning come back and win So we could talk about that. We could talk about your race because Governor Ron DeSantis is in town tomorrow with the Commissioner Rob Manfred. And there's a report from the Tampa Bay Times. And I thought, you know what? I thought hell froze over because I've been kind of talking about this for, I don't know, it seems like the last century when it comes to Rays baseball, that the ownership, a good ownership, will come out and pay half for their stadium deal. And guess what happened? Tampa Bay Times reports that the Rays ownership is willing to pay half for the new stadium deal. You don't say, let the truth set you free. So if you want to talk some Rays baseball, we can talk about that. We could talk about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The main stories that we kind of missed. And by the way, I will say that I do make mistakes on this show. I've always told you that I failed college math. There's a reason, because last week I said it was 22 years to the day where the Bucs won the Super Bowl. No, that is incorrect. It's actually 23 years since the Bucs won their Super Bowl. Fire the cannon! So I do apologize for that if I offended any of you guys. I'm willing to take the flack on that because I told you I'm not good in math. So 23 years with the Bucs winning their first Super Bowl. But Mike Evans, possibly this report coming from NFL insider Tony Pauline, says the talk around the Senior Bowl was that there's a belief that there is less than a 50-50 chance that Evans re-signs with the Buccaneers. The expectation is that the all-pro wide receivers time with Tampa Bay has come to an end. As some Bucs fans will go, well, he's washed up. Let him go. What? Again, hell froze over here. Did you guys watch Mike Evans come back? I know he didn't play the majority of his games, but do you know how good he is? Do you know that he's going to be a Hall of Famer? Do you know that he still has juice left in the tank, that I feel like he's going to play 2 or 3 years? Do you know how much better this offense is with Baker Mayfield feeding him the ball with an offensive coordinator and Zach Robinson, who officially got hired, who had a press conference? We'll talk about that. We'll get your thoughts on that. How he's chopping at the bit to feed the ball to Mike Evans. Some of you want to get rid of him, but this report came out there. So I guess my question for the night is, how concerned are you from 1 to 10? Now, I will throw this out there because we always have two sides to the story. Rick Stroud, who works for the Tampa Bay Times, has covered the Bucs for over 20 years, so you give the man his props. We do on this show. He said about Evans, he needs some time and space to make a decision. He also said Mike Evans hasn't had the first discussion with the Bucs about the future. There have been no conversations about 2026 with his agent, Derek Gilmore, who is currently focused on clients in the National Football League draft, the NFL draft right around the corner. So that's the question for the night. How concerned about you about this report? Lavonte David also talking about what his future plans are going to be. Will he retire? We'll get into that. We'll also, and if you were surprised by Lavonte David's comments on Todd Bowles, shame on you. Because we had Lavonte David right there, that guy that signed that jersey at the Expo, which, by the way, that's right around the corner. And there's lots of guests that you should tune in for that. And he said it. He respects Todd Bowles. And even said that if Todd Bowles was fired, he was not coming back. There was no chance of him coming back. As Bucs fans right now, to the chagrin, once again, saying, what? Todd Bowles? No, I don't like Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is still the coach of the Bucs. Yes, still. February 2nd, 2026, not 2025, 2026, AI is still the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we'll get into Lavonte David's comments. And then I want to start out with this, of course, because you know me, Roger Goodell always has some talks about the state of the NFL address. You're going to love this because I thought this was AI at first for what he said. And by the way, Super Bowl 60 is only Sunday. You can get your comments on that. Are you excited about that matchup with the Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold versus the New England Patriots and Drake May? Roger Goodell had this to say, according to Ian Rappaport on X. on the officiating, the state of it. I'm amazed of how good the officials are. What? Huh? Is that AI? No.
That's good enough to suck right there.
That's exactly what Roger Goodell said. I'm amazed of how good our officials are. Now, people are going to be smart and they're going to sit there and say, well, Pete, what was he supposed to say? Was he supposed to say that the officiating sucks? Was he supposed to say that it's completely god awful and every game you have a controversial call where it favors another team, where everybody right now thinks that the NFL is like WWE right now? It's planned, it's fixed, it's a fraud. You can't have that in the game. We always talk about it, about cheating. That's what people are thinking right now. Goodell also has this to say. You're going to love this. He said the goal is to use AI to help the officials and give them more tools, and will work to prevent the obvious error with technology. I don't know if Roger Goodell knew this or not, but AI is an era in itself to use it. I mean, we use it sometimes, but that's not flawless. And oh, by the way, he wants New York to start throwing flags when there's a face mask or possibly a 15-yard penalty. So once again, Roger Goodell talking about the state of the NFL. We'll get a little bit into that. As always, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web. YouTube Super Chats are open. Give to the content. If you love the content, give to the content, of course. And friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. So let's get to the comments, as always, as we're live here talking Tampa Bay Buccaneer football. And look at this. You ask for phone calls, you get phone calls. This is what I'm talking about. Corey, welcome to the Evolution on a Monday night. So much to talk about. Where do we start, my friend? Welcome to the Sports Web.
Hey, Peter, how you doing, man? I just heard you was speaking about Goodell, man.
Yeah, but I thought this was like a hoax or something, because I always tell you guys, watch out for AI, because family members are sending me AI stuff. Friends are sending me AI stuff about this and that. And I say, watch out for it. I thought this was AI, but this is Roger Goodell talking about the state of the NFL address, giving his State of the Union of the NFL. I'm amazed of how good our officials are. Good for what? Good for nothing.
That's good enough to suck right there.
There you go.
Man, my personal opinion, man, I think Goodell is a clown, man. I think they just keep him around. He make those owners so much money. He's very good with financial circumstances with the NFL and producing the NFL as a product. He make those owners a lot of money. That's why they'll never probably get rid of him. But every year he got to put his hand in something with the rules or something. He just got to do something. It's like those doggone representatives in Congress. They just got to do something because they're just sitting around like they not doing anything. Like I just don't like this dude. He just messed with the game too much.
We can't have nice things, right? As the kids would say, we can't have nice things. You can't have a multi-billion-dollar revenue business where everybody loves to watch the game. You got to continue to change the game, change the kickoff rules. Listen, I'm all about evolution, but if it's not broken, it doesn't need to be fixed, right? I think
Paul Tagliabue didn't do nothing, man. I like the Paul Tagliabue. He didn't do nothing. He left the game how it was, man. But like I said, it's like he not like Paul. He make those owners a lot of money, so they won't get rid of him, man. But he just is aggravating like you say, every time you look. It's a rule change. It's this. It's that. It's that. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Now he want New York to throw flags. Damn.
Well, you throw. Yeah. New York throws flags. Maybe some gambling people, they throw some flag. I mean, everybody just throw a flag. Just throw a flag every time. Let's stop the freaking game. Let's not have any consistency to it. I mean, college football. You watch college football, right, Corey?
Yes, sir.
Perfect system the way it's done. They review it. It doesn't take that much time. They're not talking about, what they had for dinner last night or breakfast today or lunch, anything like that. They're not talking about anything. They review it, make a call, it's done. The NFL, you have this long waiting period. I feel like you're trying to check in, trying to get your stuff checked in an airport. That's what it's like watching an NFL game sometimes.
Let me ask you this, Steve.
Yes.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you think sports betting has put a little wrinkle on things?
I definitely think so, my friend. I definitely think that, and the more this seeps into the mindset, the more you see gambling scandals, because we had one, a week and a half ago, even with a small college basketball program with point shaving and things going on. And we saw throughout the playoffs, with questionable calls about, catches. Was this a catch? Was that a catch? Was that a penalty? This, that, and the other thing. The more that stuff continues to happen and seep into it, the more people are going to say, well, it is fixed. It is all about Vegas. It is all about prop bets and this and that and the other thing. And this is what Goodell has to get in front of. And the problem is they're not going to get in front of it. They're going to get in bed with it. They've gotten in bed with gambling and everything else. And this is where you open up Pandora's box. And once again, I'm all about evolution. You know this. I'm all about making money. Make as much money as you can. Do it, baby. Do it. It's the American dream. That's what it's all about here on the Sports Web. The American dream, make as much money as you can, take as much opportunity as you can. But again, there's a downside to that. When you're making that type of money, you wonder who's in on it, who's in on the fix. And that has been the story for the last couple months. And that has been the story throughout the playoffs. That's been the story through the year. And you just wonder how long professional sports is going to stay in bed with gambling when you have stuff like this going on. But to be completely obtuse to it, I guess, and I think that's the right way to say that, with Goodell saying, it's amazing. I'm amazed at how our NFL officials, how good they are. And how we need to use AI. I mean, it's just, it's naive. It's ridiculous. It pisses off fans. And I don't know what he's thinking at the end of the day. But again, listen, he's making millions of dollars. The owners love him, man. They love him. They love him. They absolutely love him. You got a multi-billion-dollar business. I think the Pro Bowl sucks. I think a lot of the things suck, but we're so hungry as a football generation these days that we'll say, it doesn't matter. We'll look that other way. But I just wonder, when that time is going to come where some NFL fans start getting away from the game because of this type of nonsense when it comes to officiating, when it comes to gambling, when it comes to just not caring about the fan. Again, I get it. You're a multi-business dollar conglomerate with all kinds of revenue. But eventually you can't rest on your laurels. You cannot rest. There is definitely a problem when it comes to the National Football League. And if you don't think officiating is one of those things, then I'm sorry. I got oceanfront property in Arizona. Okay. What else, Corey?
Right. The main thing with Mike and Lavonte with Bowles. Todd Bowles, he a player coach, man. They love Bowles, man. They play for Bowles. Me personally, I just wish Bowles would simplify things, but that's the way he run his defense. What can I say? You know what I mean? But I really hope that the Bucs push and get some groceries, man. I really want Max Crosby, man. I need somebody to get out to that Pazza.
Me and you both, brother. Me and you both. We both want Max Crosby, and a lot of people want Trey Hendrickson, but you definitely want Max Crosby. How much is it going to cost? How many first-round picks is it?
I give him the first-round pick, man.
I think we all would. Wouldn't you give the 15th over? But you're going to have to give more than that. I mean, John Spytek, even though he's friends with Jason Light, he's not just going to give a franchise-changing player, a guy that causes havoc, that just will absolutely turn your line around just like that, because he's so active and he's got a constant motor. You're not going to just give him away for just a first-round pick. You're going to have to give up multiple picks, maybe a player or two. We had our own Jason Powers on Sports Podcast. He threw this out there. Would you give up a Jalen McMillan, a young receiver, to the Raiders? Because listen, right now, the Raiders, you look at it, right? They just hired their new coach there, Clint Kubiak. Congratulations to him. A lot of Bucs fans wanted him. He's going there. You're most likely Tom Brady and crew are going to draft Mendoza. You have Brock Bowers, Austin Genty. You need a number one wide receiver. Would you get rid of a Jalen McMillan for a Max Crosby. Was thrown out there by Jason Powers about a week ago. Would you do that? Would you get rid of a young receiver for a Max Crosby with the plethora?
Yeah, I mean, Miller's still on his rookie contract, right? Though, right?
That's true. Very true. But would you trade a player like that for a Max Crosby? That's the question.
With a number one.
Yes.
I mean, whatever I'll do it because man, that's a game changer, man. That make your whole back end look better and make your secondary look better, make your linebackers look better. Everything. We cannot get pass rush, and we need it, man. We need it. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to go all in this year. And I know Todd Bowles know his seat is real hot, man. It's flaming hot. And the other thing with Mike, I don't think Mike going anywhere. I mean, he's from Texas and everything. And I don't know if it's like a down season right now with the media or something, but I think they're looking for something to talk about because didn't we do this last year with Mike?
We did this a couple of years ago. You know, the talk was, Corey, and thanks a lot for the call, man. Appreciate you. As always, use that second call. We talked about this a couple of years ago where people swore up and down that he was going to go to the Houston Texans, his home state there with C.J. Stroud, and he was going to go to the Kansas City Chiefs and chase a championship with Patrick Mahomes. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. He's 32 years old. Do you think he wants to leave the Bucs? Does he seem like that when he talks in the press conference? Because I don't get that idea. I don't think he's chasing a championship. By the way, he's already won a championship, so he has nothing to prove. I don't think he's going to retire. I think he'll stay with the Bucs. Just my opinion. I think it's much to do about nothing, but we have to talk about it. And that's the question for the night. What's your concern from 1 to 10? Mike Evans and these rumors coming out again from NFL insider Tony Pauline. A less than a 50-50 chance that Evans re-signs with the Bucs. I think it goes down as not only one of the greatest, he's already one of the greatest Buccaneers of all time, maybe the greatest Buccaneer of all time with all the restructures, with what he's been able to do in the league, his legacy, the 11 consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons tying Jerry Rice. And there's not many players that could say that. You're tying Jerry Rice, not only the greatest wide receiver in NFL history, maybe one of the greatest players in NFL history. And Mike Evans tied him, of course, disappointing year last year with the broken collarbone. I think he's a lifer. I think he stays on like Rondé Barber. I think he stays on like Derek Brooks. What do you say? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Going back to Goodell, because I've just killed this horse tonight. I'm going to continue to kill it. Roger Goodell on possibly an 18-game season. It's not a given. We have not had any formal discussions. I call BS. I know there's discussions about it, and I know what they're going to do. They're going to get the Players Association in the room. They're going to say, you know what, we're going to cut down on the preseason. They're going to only have 2 preseason games at that point. You're going to add another game. You're going to get more money. But his questions were, what are the roster sizes? Of course, you have to expand those. Are there 2 buys? There should be. And what are the union's priorities? To make money. That's all it is. That's what it's about. And the Players Association most likely will give Roger Goodell what he wants. They will have an 18-game season. Why? Why? Because this is what the NFL has done. When you didn't want a Thursday night game because you were, and all we heard was they were concerned about players' health, yet you play a game on Thursday night. What are we talking about? You play a game on Saturday. You play a game on Christmas. You play a game anytime you get the opportunity on the holiday. Am I supposed to sit here and once again think that Roger Goodell and the NFL wouldn't want to expand the season to an 18-game season? No, I'm not going to think like that. I'm going to think, of course, the opposite. Let's go out to the phone lines here. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the Evolution on a Monday night. Welcome to the Sports Web.
Hey, Peter.
What's going on, Brightside?
Nothing much. I just want to say, with this whole Roger Goodell thing,
yeah,
he must need more glasses than I do because I'm seeing an issue with it on national TV when I watch the games, no matter what game it is.
You always see questionable calls, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And something needs to change but I also don't want to depend on AI, like you said.
Well, that's what you're going
it's
towards.
It's only as good as its programmer.
Well, that's the thing. I just, AI has its flaws too. So is that going to work? What happens if the AI gets it wrong? What happens if New York gets it wrong? Everybody's gotten it wrong. At the end of the day, what is it about? You have all these rules, have all these changes. What's it all about? Getting the call right. So I don't care if you use AI. I don't care if you use the psychic network. I don't care what you use. Get the damn call right. That's what it comes down to. Or bring in, full-time officials. So we're not talking about the questionable calls throughout the whole season and throughout the postseason, because it is a bad look and it makes people think that this stuff is all planned out and that it's, somebody's on the hook for it or somebody's in on the game when it comes down to the National Football League. And when it comes to professional sports, again, it goes back to gambling. What else, Broadway?
And I like professional wrestling, but I do not want professional wrestling in my football.
Well, you want to, what is it? You don't want as many official calls. You don't want as many flags. You don't want to, ruin the flow of the game, right?
I don't want a predetermined outcome.
Of course you don't. So if you wanted a predetermined game or a predetermined event, you would watch WWE, which we do on this show,
Exactly.
but it's totally different from NFL football. All right.
Exactly.
How concerned are you about the Mike Evans report here from 1 to 10, Broadway?
A 1.
A 1. Okay, why 1?
Because I think Mike Evans is a franchise player, and I don't think he's going anywhere. People have said that before, and he ends up not going anywhere.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
And another thing, I agree with Lavonte David. I think if Todd Bowles goes, a lot of the players are going to go.
Well, again, Todd Bowles is not going anywhere. I think a lot of Bucs fans were surprised by that. But once again, we've had Lavonte David on this show, and he's talked about how much he has respect for Todd Bowles. So I'm not surprised by it. I just think it's funny as Bucs fans once again go nuclear and lose their mind and melt down because Todd Bowles is still the coach of the Bucs and he's not going anywhere. All right, Broadway, appreciate the time. Use the second call if you want to. All right, my friend?
Thank you, brother.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. If you want somewhere to watch a Super Bowl, it's Tampa Joe's, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Great food. Great atmosphere, TVs all around the place. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there or not. I may just take off. I may just watch it at home. I may watch it Harry the Greeks if he's healthy, if he's not sick. If he's sick, I'm staying away. I'm staying in my house, watch the game. But again, Tampa Joe's. And then, of course, another sponsor on this show. Let's go out to this right there. That would be Up the Block Barbershop. You don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Go out there and tell them, listen, the Rolex reporter Peter Blake sent me. Go see my favorite barber, Ricky, and all the great barbers there at Up the Block Barbershop, whether it's a haircut, a beard trim, which they got me good. Beard trim, you got to keep it professional, fade, haircut, whatever it is, it's Up the Block Barbershop. And by the way, we will be doing a show there in a couple of weeks live on a Saturday. Just get me a table, get me my Wi-Fi. I got my Wi-Fi there. If the Wi-Fi works, we'll do a live show. We'll talk to some barbers there. We'll talk to some people, and you webheads can come out there and see me. Again, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to the comments here. We'll read those. Again, Facebook stars are open. If you like the content, give to the content. And, of course, YouTube super chats. Let's go out to Jose right there. Gomez, I think that's Fire the Cannons.
Fire the cannons!
There we go right there. Boy Wonder KR, Evening Peter and First. That Stadium Series game was the best damn game I've ever been to. It was cold as hell, but worth it. Go Bolts and go Bucs. And go Bucs.
Fire the cannons!
And go Bucs. All right, good stuff there. It was definitely an exciting game last night. If you want to talk about it, give me your thoughts. I already gave you my thoughts, gave you a story. Because I've been told, you don't talk enough hockey on this show. You just don't talk about it. I mean, where's the post game at? Where's the pregame at? Where's it at? Okay, well, here it is. You want to talk about the hockey game? Talk about the hockey game. You want to talk about the Bucs game? Well, there is no Bucs game. You want to talk about the Bucs and the stories that are coming out about Mike Evans. That's the question for the night from 1 to 10. How concerned are you about the Mike Evans report there? And then, of course, the Tampa Bay Rays with the recent story from the Tampa Bay Times that ownership will actually it's mind-blowing to me. I can't believe this is just music to my ears at this point. I've been waiting. I want to look up to heaven and say, Sean the Sports Don, I told you so, my friend. I told you. I love you, brother. Definitely one of the forefathers of the show, that the new ownership eventually would pay half for the Tampa Bay Rays, and that is the report that is coming out. So where's my Rays stuff? So what do you think about that? Governor Ron DeSantis is in town tomorrow, along with Rob Manfred. And as I told you, there is definitely connections between new ownership and Patrick Zalewski and Ron DeSantis. They definitely have some connection. So this deal is going to get done. I'm telling you right now, get ready for the Hillsborough County new stadium here right down the street, right next door to Raymond James Stadium. It's happening. I'm telling you, I can feel it. It's happening. All right. That's too bad that the Tampa Bay Buccaneer franchise can't be like our Lightning franchise. I don't see, this is what I also get. Like, I get a kick out of this. I love the Lightning. I think they're one of the number one organizations in all professional sports, but the Bucs are not too far behind. And when you coexist together, I think it's good for Tampa Bay. I really do. So everybody's saying, why can't the Bucs be like the Tampa Bay Lightning? Well, the Bucs, again, you forget this, selective amnesia to you, Ed, because you have this sometimes. A lot of you webheads, a lot of you Tampa Bay sports fans have this. The Bucs are 6 years removed. I think my math is good on that. 6 years removed from winning a Super Bowl and going all in for a couple years there with Tom Brady. The Lightning did some impressive stuff too, winning 2 Stanley Cups. And people would say, you know what? And I pointed this out to Lightning fans. Some of you Lightning fans would be like, Todd Bowles fans. You would want John Cooper fired because they couldn't get out of the first round because they got swept by Columbus. Or the last couple years here, they need a change because they can't get over the top over the Florida Panthers. Some of you guys got to keep this in perspective. You got 2 great organizations, 3 great organizations. I'll throw the Rays in there because again, the eternal optimist in me says that this team is going to turn it around. Now, I don't know how many wins they're going to have this year because they've gotten rid of all kinds of players. We'll see. It may be tough here the next couple of years, but when they get into that new stadium, and it'll happen, this team will be competitive. Just keep it in perspective. Stop trying to compare the Lightning to the Bucs. Lightning, you're doing great things. Bucs are doing great things. Enough with the nonsense. Enough with the bad mouthing. You guys forget so well. It's so unbelievably awful how some of your memories are just terrible on this show. My phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. King Cook, 1485. What's good, Peter? What's good, Buccaneer Nation? You got to love that. Lamar there from Oregon, all the way from Oregon. Once again, another webhead that's not in the state of Florida, that's not in the Tampa Bay area, that's outside of the state of Florida. You got to love that. I love that about this show. Aloha, Peter H. Blake. Aloha to you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Eric. Vazzy fight was amazing. Yes, it was absolutely amazing. It turned the tide. What was a second goalie fight you've had here in the last couple weeks? And before that, you haven't had a goalie fight in 6 years. And people saying, what's all the fighting about? After that fight happened, as I was told by a good friend, the Lightning completely dominated the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins sucked after that. They absolutely sucked, right, Tom Brady?
That's good enough to suck right there.
Yes, they did. And if you're a Boston Bruins fan, this is what I have to say to you.
Go away. Go away.
Yes.
I will hold the door.
Yes. But thanks for coming. I don't think there were more Lightning fan fans there last night at Raymond James Stadium. But you love that atmosphere. So again, if you want to talk about that, 727-255-0391 at 727-255-0391. And there it is right there. Complain. You throw it out there and nobody wants to talk about it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's go out to Tim there. Good evening, Peter. Good evening to you.
Oh, yeah.
Vazzy MVP, Richard J. Mendoza. Absolutely. The way he's playing right now. I mean, give him the Vezina. The way he's played, the way he's carried this team. Once again, fans saying, maybe he's washed up because of the injuries and all this other nonsense. Once again, Tampa Bay sports fans, knee-jerk reaction, jumping to conclusions without fact, just on emotion, and once again, being wrong. Cooch MVP, like it, Eric. Let's go out to King Cook here. Yeah, Peter, we also know it's a business between Mike and that front office. Mike needs some security to feel comfortable about winning. Lights and Bulls got to step up. Well, they definitely got to step up. Well, and it is a business. It is. And if you wanted to franchise Mike Evans, it would cost you $28 million. So I don't see that happening. I think they'll be able to work out a deal. But once again, we continue to talk about it. We've been talking about this, it seems like, throughout Mike Evans' career. How concerned are you, Bucs fans? How concerned are you, Tampa Bay sports fans, web heads? Open phone line. Well, we got this guy right here, so he'll fill the phone line.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell is the matter with you?
Jim from Ohio, another web head outside of Florida. Welcome to the Evolution, my friend. What's on your mind tonight?
Hey, I wanted to talk about Mike Evans first.
Talk about it.
Chris Godwin with his injuries. We keeping Mike Evans.
He ain't going nowhere, right? You're being BA at this point.
Yeah, BA, you're not going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah.
He still got BA got ears into the organization, so they gonna keep him.
They're gonna keep
I ain't
him.
worried about that as much.
So what's your number on this from 1 to 10?
What was that lady talking about? Less than 50%? I'm gonna give it.
Well, it wasn't a lady. It was Tony Pauline. It wasn't. It was.
Well, you said I know. I don't know who that is. Pauline.
That's right off the suck right there.
I don't think it was Pauline. It was Tony Pauline. He said less than a 50-50 chance that he would not return. Less than a 50-50 chance. So you're saying there's a chance. It's like Dumb and Dumber.
95%.
95%. So
yeah,
it's not like a Dumb and Dumber chance where it's what is it? 1 in 10, 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000, 1 in a million. It's not a Lloyd Christmas chance, right?
Right.
All right.
I wanted to talk about the hockey team. Yeah, the Bolts.
Talk about them,
boy. You had your podcast. What's the podcast boys on?
We the Thunder. Yes, we got to get those guys on. They're
so
amazing.
I got on and talked to them, and they said if I get down to Tampa, they're gonna give me a game.
Well, there you go.
I was trying to make it down to this one. You're lucky. If they lucky, they had no ride.
Well, you make it down here, my friend. You would have been freezing your ass off because it was pretty cold. Of course, everybody was asking me, what were you? Well, it was cold. Listen, I always throw this out there as a Floridian. Being here all my life, I always said Floridians are like Chihuahuas. They don't have the fur to deal with the coldness. And anyway,
it was 35 degrees.
It was a little bit cooler than that, my friend. It was like 38 degrees with the wind chill, making it feel like 17. And I decided to wear basketball shorts. Why? I have no idea, because that's what you do when you're driving Uber and you got, heated seats in your Tesla. That's what you do that.
Oh yeah, you got to stop wearing them basketball shorts. But it gets down.
I like those. I like those basketball shorts. They're comfortable. But you're exactly right. So I learned the hard way, and I didn't get on my car that much. But when I did, I was definitely freezing my ass off.
Comfortable sweatpants during the winter.
I know. I need to do that. I agree with you.
Joe boxers.
Well, we don't listen. We don't wear sweatpants down here. It's never cold down here, but when it is, everybody freaks out. And of course, the girls.
One pair, just in case.
Well, listen, Gasparilla happened, and I was surprised because still, you had lots of women, lots of talent wearing, boots with fur, wearing the scantily clad outfits. They're the pirate outfits, if you will. Good for them. But I listen, too cold. I'm surprised they still wore them, but they still wore it. there on Saturday.
They put stockings and stuff on. That keeps them warm.
Wow, I'm telling you right now, you need to put on about 2 levels of stockings at that point and how cold it was on Saturday.
Yeah, y'all ain't seen no cold. I was trying to stay warm in this car, boy, working outside.
Yeah, there you go.
-1 degrees.
All right, so what else do you want to talk about, man?
What was we talking about? Okay, we talked about the Bolts, Mike Evans. Oh, let's talk about the Goodell, man. I think the owners want more control, so that's what always people worry about. How much control do they have that they don't tell us about?
The officiating, the state of it, I'm amazed of how good our officials are. That's not AI. That's not a fake story, ladies and gentlemen. That's Roger Goodell today at the State of the NFL address in San Francisco.
That's crazy that he would say that, and most of our calls was always against us. Then we get one call, then the other team was talking about it was a questionable assault for us. So these officials ain't doing right, and Roger Goodell know that, but they making money for the owner. So
right,
like y'all was saying, I don't know how much control they that the owners would want. It's kind of fishy, and I got a conspiracy theorist friend that he always say it's already in control.
Well, they have all the control at the end of the day. The Players Association has shown that the players, as long as they get paid money, they have no control. It's the owners controlling the league. It's the commissioner controlling the league, and commissioner works for the owners. That's how it's always been. That's how it's going to be. So him coming out and saying there has been no discussions on an 18-game season, once again, it's complete and total nonsense. And if you believe that, you're stupid, and you haven't been watching the National Football League, because they talk about safety of the league and they still have Thursday night games and they still have Saturday games. They don't care about the safety of the league or the players. What they care about is the moolah, the money, the bottom line. And the bottom line is more money for the players, more money for the league. 18-game season will also happen eventually. What else, my friend?
So what are we? I thought we were already at. What are we at? 17 games?
17 games, yeah. You have an 18-game season, yes.
Okay.
With 2 bye weeks, possibly.
I don't know what they're going to do with the Pro Bowl. They're going to have to stop this.
They need to end the Pro Bowl. It's no longer a Pro Bowl. They need to go back to Hawaii or go to a site, hit somebody who wants to play. Shedeur Sanders, congratulations, but 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. You have no business being in a Pro Bowl, let alone the toilet bowl at this point, being with the Cleveland Browns. I do not, or he probably deserves to be in the toilet bowl instead of the Pro Bowl, but it's not a big deal. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You've got Shedeur Sanders, you've got Joe Flacco, and you've got people that are hungry for football. They'll watch it, but it's a complete and total disgrace. They've completely and totally ruined the Pro Bowl, like the NBA has ruined the slam dunk contest. Completely and totally ruined it.
Was there going to be any Buccaneers in it, so it's worth watching a little bit?
I don't even know, man. I didn't even consider it. I didn't even consider it. I could care less. Like the Pro Bowl's tomorrow night. Guess what? I'm gonna go drive. I think it's tomorrow night. Is it tomorrow night? Who knows when it is? If it's tomorrow night, I'm not watching it. I'll be out there driving Uber, trying to drive some people around. Hopefully, it's not cold. Most likely, I will wear some jogging shorts, or not jogging shorts, or jogging pants. Jim, appreciate the call. Use the second one, my friend. All right.
All right.
As I can't even talk tonight. I don't know what the hell is going on. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. We'll go out to these comments. As always, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Facebook stars are open. YouTube Super Chats. We're on X, Twitter, whatever the heck they're calling it. Instagram Live. We're there too tonight. LinkedIn Live, trying to keep it professional. Hopefully I am professional. So yeah, it's all about business, correct? We'll get to the Lavonte David comments, especially the ones that Bucs fans absolutely revel in. They love the fact that Lavonte David has so much respect for Todd Bowles. Got to read these. You got to love it. Mike is going to be a Buccaneer for life no matter what, period. Exactly. I like that. That's the question for the night. 1 to 10, how concerned are you Bucs fans about Mike Evans and that report leaving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Goodell is the new Joe Biden. I'm not going to talk politics on this show, but that was pretty funny. Van House Life. Good for Mike. I wouldn't want to waste my final years under Todd Bowles either, says Van House Life. Once again, trolling as always. I don't know where Roger Shoe is, but I guess Van House Life has taken over the troll job there on YouTube. Mike should go to the Bills. Right, go to the Bills, because what did they do that was so great? They got Josh Allen, who hasn't been able to get over the top. They just fired a consistent coach in Sean McDermott. They hired Joe Brady, and that's going to be the answer, dumbass. Exactly. That's going to be the answer. Right. I mean, why stay with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when you got great weather? You got a great organization that respects you, by the way, which a lot of people say, well, screw the culture. I mean, that's the reason why you re-signed Todd Bowles and Jason Light in the first place, because the culture is here. Screw the fact that this team will look out for Mike Evans as much as he will look out for them and restructure his deals to make it happen. Like when he needed that 1,000 yards, other teams would have been like, no, Mike Evans, it's just a record. It doesn't mean anything. No, they get the ball back. They try to feed him the ball to get the 1,000 yards. Do you think that made an impression on Evans? Do you think that makes an impression on players around the league wanting to play for this organization? It's that type of stuff right there. It's those type of situations where players want to play for this team, whether you like it or not, Van House Life. Because as far as I know, the Buffalo Bills, they haven't won anything. They haven't won squats. But yeah, Mike Evans wants to go to the Buffalo Bills, of course. Trolling as usual. Gotta love it. Let's see here. The NFL was created by the mafia. So why would you think that anything would change in 2026? Just saying, I'm not ready to say it's created by the mafia. Let's not go there. Why haven't we made a trade for Max Crosby yet? I mean, damn, what is there to think about? Well, I don't think they can make a trade right now. First, you have a Super Bowl that's going to happen on Sunday. And then once that happens, then maybe the league year starts to open up and you can make some trades. You can't make a trade right now. It's not like, Madden, where you go, I want to make a trade for Max Crosby. I'm going to trade 30 first-round picks and this player, and they're going to take it. These things take time. They take negotiation. There's back channels. There's things that have to be considered. Be patient. Be patient. I definitely think Jason Light is going to feel the pressure here to make some moves and be aggressive. I definitely think that Todd Bowles is going to feel the pressure here to make some moves. Because it is a big year in 2026. We always say it, right? We say it on this show all the time, how big it is in the offseason. The offseason, the football season, it never goes away. It just extends. That's why I get a kick out of people saying, well, what are you going to talk about when the football season is over? I don't know why I'm doing that voice tonight, but I'm doing it. Well, you talk about free agency. We talk about trades. We talk about the draft. We talk about training camp. We talk about players being cut, players being signed, offensive coordinators being hired, dogs and cats living together. Football never ends on the sports web. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I got that energy tonight. It's here. The energy is here on the sports web. I'm feeling it. Usually it's not like this on Monday night. But you got the Super Bowl right around the corner. What about that game? How excited are you about that game? Any storylines that you care about? Could this be the lowest ranked Super Bowl of all time? Because there's people out there who just really don't care about these players, these teams. Do you care? Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Like, why would Mike go to a cold weather state at this point in his career? That makes no sense. The cold weather will be too much on his body. If he does, go to a warm weather state or dome, which has been, Houston's been talked about. Kansas City's been talked. Kansas City's cold. And people saying, well, the Kansas City has to get desperate here because Patrick Mahomes is not going to play for the half of the year next year, possibly with that injury. All right, so let's go out to Alex. Speak of the devil. Guy says, you don't talk hockey. I talk hockey. We threw it out there. You don't talk Rays. We talked Rays. And guess what? I finally hear from Alex. And what time? Is it 10 o'clock at night? It took an hour for you to get on this show. Welcome to the evolution. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you say that kind of stuff to me in the chat there, I use this for ammunition.
Buddy, I'm in a whole nother state, so my bad.
That's
but
not
listen,
an excuse.
Listen.
We're on how many platforms are we on?
Damn right. Well, we love you, bro. I love
All
you.
right.
Man.
All right.
Appreciate what you do.
Well, show me some love.
Let's talk about some hockey real quick. Let's talk about that game last night.
Talk about it.
What do you know? Huh?
Talk about it.
Let's go. Let's talk about not only that, the pregame. How awesome was it to see the Bolts arrive in the creamsicle?
Yes. So the curse is dead, by the way, because I heard every Bolts fan say, well, every time, and Bucs fans, oh, here it is. The creamsicle jersey's been brought out. The Bolts are not going to win this game. They got down 5-1. The season's over with. The game is over with. I
will say this, Mr. Peter, my good man. Hey, listen, I will say this. Hot start by Brandon Hagel. He broke a record, the quickest goal, I think, in Lightning history.
11 seconds.
And in the Stadium Series history.
Well, that's not true. I think Dino Ciccarelli, because people say, well, if you don't watch hockey, once again, Dino Ciccarelli has that record. And I'm trying to think of the other player. Oh, it's Fedotenko. Ruslan Fedotenko has that record, I believe, for the fastest goals in Tampa Bay Lightning history. Yeah, I did some research tonight when it came to Tampa Bay Lightning hockey because I took it personal. My roommate said, you don't know hockey. I got Webhead saying, you don't know hockey. You don't talk hockey. The hell with you. I do watch hockey. I do talk hockey on the sports web. Go ahead.
Anyway.
That's right. I'm on one tonight, man. I'm on one.
It was really nice. Listen, it was really nice to see them come out to a hot start. Yes, they got down real quick. Hedman looked very, very slow coming back from injury. He hadn't played many games, but of course, the Bolts wanted John Cooper wanted. By the way, before I get to all that, how good was John Cooper's outfit last night?
Love it.
Love it. Good atmosphere.
Give him the coach of the year. I love it. It's great.
Love it. But talking about the game itself, everything that you could have ever imagined in that game happened in that game.
Mm-hmm.
From being down 5-1, the Bolts were absolutely awful. I think 12 games straight on the power play. Listen, Vasi got into it with the goalie. Rarely do you ever see a goalie fight. Go figure, in the Stadium Series of all games.
It pumped up the team. It pumped up the crowd. And after that, the Lightning dominated the Bruins. They were dominated.
The Bruins. Most importantly, the biggest key to the reason why they came back is the Bolts, like I said, were very terrible in the power play. And Boston, I don't know what happened, but I guess Vasi turned it around, got them in their heads, and we scored 3 power play goals, came back in the game, and we won in a shootout. But talk about the atmosphere. Listen, if there's anything I can say about all Tampa sports, Bucs, Rays, well, not really Rays because Rays haven't been there very often, but Bucs and Bolts and Tampa Bay as a whole. Tampa Bay just does everything right. Everything about that game yesterday, the atmosphere, the crowd, the people, the way they set up the stadium, absolutely on point 100%. On top of the fact it was cold, how rare is it that it was that cold in Tampa? All concerns about the ice melting and all that stuff. Everything that could have happened. So way to go. By the way, sad to see that Vinnick had gotten into a snowmobile accident. Couldn't make that because he had put years and years of hard work to bring the Stadium Series to Tampa. But my God, Peter, Tampa and Tampa Bay shine this weekend for the Bolts and for the Gasparilla, and great stuff for Tampa. But good for the Bolts. The Bolts get another huge W in front of a 65,000. I heard it was sold out crowd in Raymond James Stadium. Good for the Bolts. First place as usual, playing great hockey. Hopefully this year we can carry that into the playoffs. But the Bolts playing some very, very, very fast and very good hockey right now.
Absolutely. And especially with all the injuries and everybody up in arms about, Victor Hedman, he's coming back from that injury. It's going to take him a little bit of time there. And listen, Cooper did it right last night. You limit his ice time. You still work with what you had. You had to go with 11 and 7 there. 11 forwards and 7 defensemen, so it definitely made sense. Let me ask you, because this is the question of the night here as we talk Bucs. This recent report that came out about Mike Evans, how concerned are you about him not returning to the Bucs 1 to 10?
Well, listen, I want to say this about Mike Evans, and I appreciate that question. Actually, a very good question. Listen, I want to say something you're not going to like, but, in the sports web, that's why I like about this show is you give us the opportunity to say how we feel. And I'm going to go ahead and say how I really feel. I don't see Mike ever. I see a 40% chance Mike comes back to Tampa, and I'm going to tell you why. Love Mike Evans. Mike Evans loves Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay will always be on his heart. He loves the community, and no matter where he goes, whether he finishes as a Buccaneer or he finishes X, Y, and Z somewhere else in the National Football League, or he just retires. I'm not saying he's going to retire. He's only 32, but you never know. We don't know what's on Mike Evans' mind. He has a family of 3, so who knows? But 40% chance, and I'm going to say 40% chance why he does not come back to, or 40%, 60% chance why he does not come back to Tampa, because his time is coming to an end. And I just don't think with the Bucs in the current situation, I don't think the Bucs in their situation right now overall, and don't think, coming from me, this is just about Todd Bowles, this is just overall in general. I don't think Bucs can provide winning football for Mike Evans for the rest of his time in the NFL. And I think Mike wants to go somewhere where he can win. And I don't think that the Bucs can provide that in the limited amount of time he has left in the National Football League. That's my opinion on it. But on the other chance, he is a Buc. He is a Buccaneer. He loves Tampa Bay, and he has sacrificed so much for this community. But the Glazers, here's the problem. Another reason why 60% chance why he don't come back is because the Glazers need to acknowledge that. The Glazers and Jason Light, which I've been critical of him the past couple years, because I don't agree with some of the drafting he's done. I don't think it's worked in the best on some aspects, but the Bucs have to acknowledge that the sacrifice that Mike Evans has made, even you were just talking about the Super Bowl. Who made the first pay cut to make all this happen? Who always is the front line? Even just, like I said, just talking about pay cuts.
Right.
Always Mike Evans.
Right.
Mike Evans deserves to be paid. Mike Evans deserves to be the front and center of this Buccaneer team offense if you want him back. And if the Glazers aren't going to provide that, Mike Evans knows his time is coming up. He's getting older. He's in his low 30s. Wide receivers, I think, average around 33 retirement age, 34.
Yeah,
he's getting older.
He's 32. He's 32 years old, but he still has some juice in the tank. And I will say this: Jason Light takes care of his own players. If Mike Evans wants to be here, if Jason Light wants to have him here, then he'll be here. Well, you're gonna have to
what he's worth.
You're gonna
work around him.
He's made $151 million, so it's not like he hasn't made money throughout his career. Money may not be. You may be right about this. Money may not be the main objective. A lot of people say, "Well, what is it about?" Well, it's about winning. So the Bucs are going to have to be aggressive, as we talked about, when it comes to free agency and when it comes to the draft, and that may be one of those things that is the indicator.
I want to add this too, Peter, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Don't be surprised if after the Super Bowl, Mike Evans is not in a rush. I don't think he's going to be in a rush. I think you're going to go through the spring, and don't be surprised if you go through the spring and he may not make a decision yet. Because I think what he's going to do is he's going to sit back. He's going to go through the draft. He's going to evaluate the Buccaneers team.
Well, he's a free agent.
As a whole.
He's a free agent, so he's going to have to make a decision.
Oh, yeah, he's a free agent. He's a free agent. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
He's going to be given an offer, and I just don't think he's going to jump the gun on anything until he sees what's going on with this team, the health of the team, the status of the team, how we do in the draft, who's coming back, who's not coming back, the status of Lavonte David, the status of these key players.
Well, I think it'd be free agency more than anything else. The draft is right after free agency in April, but I agree with you. Free agency bell is in March, illegal tampering. So the Bucs will definitely have to make some moves. And if he doesn't feel like this team is is going to be not only a playoff contender, NFC South contender, or a Super Bowl contender, then yeah, but I don't see that. I think
and a lot of people are saying the Bills.
You listen to him talk, and it seems like he wants to stay with that one team. He wants to be like Rondé Barber. He wants to be like Derek Brooks, stay with one team. And I just think that's what's going to happen, whether fans want it or not. If they want to bring back Mike Evans, I still think he has some juice in that tank.
For those saying he's washed up, etc., shut the hell up.
Oh, please.
This man came back from injury, and what did he do his first game back? Didn't he put up over 120 yards easily? Come on, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So listen, I think what's going to happen is he said he was going to start reevaluating after the Super Bowl. So listen, time will tell. There was an interview with Baker Mayfield on the Rondé Barber show, because I watch that show every week.
Yep.
And even he was like, listen, Mike said himself, he's going to wait till after the Super Bowl. He's not making any decisions before then. He's going to reevaluate himself, his family, because he's got a family too.
Of course.
Father time comes up real quick on some people. So, he's got an amazing family, his wife, Ashley, and everything that she sacrificed. He's got a family. But in his heart, I think Mike is a Buccaneer. I think you're right about that. And it's just 50-50, man. I really don't know. But
all right,
listen,
you said 40%.
Great stuff, Peter.
Thank you,
Peter,
Alex.
man. You know I love trolling you, man. It's all love. Oh, real quick before I go. I heard you talking a little bit about the Ray Stadium.
Yes.
Huge press conference tomorrow with the governor.
I know. Don't you
what
owe me?
do I think is going to happen? I'm just going to put real quick insight. I'm out of here.
Yes, you owe me some money.
I do owe you some money. If I promise you, if the shovels go in the dirt, I got you.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, dog.
It's got it,
dog. It's gonna happen. It's gonna.
We've
definitely
been through
happen.
this. We've been through this so many times. But listen. But listen. The Rays announced today. The ownership announced that they're going to put over $1 billion. Now the problem I see, just real quick, I'll get out of here. And of course, I appreciate you. The problem is stadium costs more. Now, here's the problem. The problem is that the Bucs, the Lightning just got a $250 million renovation approved.
Right.
The Buccaneers want a renovation approved. Now, the Rays are going to
let them do that. Let them deal with that, because and Alex, I appreciate the call, man. As always, use the second one. I'll say this, like I go through this with a lot of Bucs fans. Like, let them deal with the cap. Let them deal. I'm not a capologist. I'm also, not good with my checking account, right? So I'm not going to give you advice on, what you should do, how you should spend it. Let the city, let the county deal with that. If the ownership is going to pay half for it, then you've already won it, in my opinion. Because I've been saying this for years and years about an ownership group. If they're willing to pay half for the stadium, then that deal will happen. It will get done. And I told you that this would get done eventually. You just had to be patient. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's see here. King to win. That's why he would leave. Sitten says, what's good, Peter Blake? What's good with you?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to this guy because he's trying to call in. So I'm going to try to get him on. Let's try to get the sounds and stylings of Mr. Williams on here. Let's see if we can get him on here. I know he's going to be disappointed because he's not getting a call for Harry for his wings. So let's see with Mr. Williams. Welcome to the Evolution. Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams.
Peter.
Yes, Mr. Williams, you tried to call in. What's going on, my friend? What's on your mind tonight? Welcome to the Sports Web.
All right, well, first of all, Mike ain't going nowhere, man.
It's not going nowhere. What's your concern
Mike
level
ain't.
from 1 to 10? Concern level.
Man, Mike started here, Mike gonna end here.
Okay.
And that's
You said that with
100%.
your chest, my friend. I believe that.
Yeah, man, Mike
Mike gonna end here. Last season, everybody talking about Lavonte David was going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
No, Lavonte started here. He done signed a 1-day contract, and he's gonna end his career as a Buc.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a 1-day contract, probably a 1-year contract. That would be Evans. Now, Lavonte David, who knows? It may be also a 1-year contract.
No, I'm saying Lavonte signed a 1-day. Like, he's going to get out there and going to make one last stop, and he's done.
And he's done.
Yeah.
It's not going to be with anybody else.
We got him for 1 more year, man. Mike gonna stay here, and then after that, he's gonna wait on his gold jacket. Should be a first-round ballot.
Should be.
Yeah, he should.
By the way, Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. We can get into that too. That's a disgrace.
And I don't understand that.
Well, that's a disgrace. Complete and total disgrace.
That's crazy right there.
Yep.
And now, one thing I can say, they need to get rid of that Pro Bowl crap.
It's crap, right?
Yeah. What happened to the real Pro Bowl when it was tackled?
Well, it went by the wayside because people complained that you're getting hurt and people didn't want to play in it anymore, and we got to change it up. We got to change. Again, this is what we talked about at the beginning of the show. As the kids would say, we can't have nice things when it comes to the National Football League. That's what it comes down to. Yes.
Yeah, and then this officiating. Some of these referees is ridiculous. Yeah, some of them is ridiculous. I take my hat off to Antoine Whitfield. He got a chance to join the Pro Bowl. Him and Tristan. Cool. But Mike gonna be here. Bye-bye, Rashad White. See you later, bye.
See you later, bye. That's it. You're done with Rashad White. I'm done with you. You're done.
Yeah, man. You out of here.
Burned his bridge.
Yeah, man. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I hope they figure out the money and give Buck and Irvin a little something. Make sure he stays there.
Well, he's here already. He's under a rookie contract, so he's not going nowhere at this point. Now the concern is,
but though Mike
is Sean Tucker. He's a restricted free agent.
Jason Light is gonna work Mike out.
Okay. All right.
BA said it the best. You ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. All right, Mr. Williams. I appreciate you.
My man.
Get those wings this Sunday. Go and see Harry the Greek. All right.
Hey man, Harry need to come to town.
Harry. I know. I need to get him to town because he owes you some wings, and this has been an ongoing thing. I think it's been about 2 years now that you've been asking for wings. He owes you wings, so we need to pay on that bet. Yeah, man, we need to get him down here. Yeah, that's it. All right, Mr. Williams. Appreciate the call. All right, man. You have a good one. All right, man. Go Bucs. I'm going to fire the cannons. I know you didn't say fire the cannons. All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. The Sports Web on a Monday night as Super Bowl 60 is on Sunday. Any interest by anybody? Doesn't seem like anybody's interested in that game at all. We talked about the Lightning game last night. Was that one of the greatest hockey games, one of the greatest Tampa Bay sports events that you ever seen? Lightning fans, Tampa Bay sports fan. And then how concerned are you about this recent report with Mike Evans leaving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Again, 727-255-0391 at 727-255-0391. We'll read these comments. I hope Mike will make it one more, retire the same as his jersey number, redemption year with the Bucs. I like that. Oh, yeah. 13th season with your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike D. Roche's there from Canada. I'll watch the Super Bowl for the Green Day show. Let's go out to this guy right there. I won't call him an American idiot. I'll just call him the idiot here on the Sports Web. Love your boss. Mr. Sun Devil Dave, how do we start off this show? I know you got that reference, by the way, right? Welcome.
Thank you for wasting my time. Goodbye forever.
There you go. That's exactly what an idiot says on this show. There you go.
Hey, great job again.
Thank
Excellent
you.
show.
Appreciate
The
it.
beautiful Valley of the Sun.
Yes.
Miss you guys.
Miss you too, buddy.
I know. Did you guys see some snow flurries last night?
I did not see any
You guys even know what
snow flurries.
are?
I did not see anything. I was completely and totally disappointed. I was snow chasing, and I didn't see anything in the Tampa Bay area at all. So it absolutely sucked. It sucked.
Well, what's going on? I watched the game last night.
Right.
And I enjoyed it. Amazing comeback. The only basically the concern I have is that they came back to win 6-5 in a shootout, which is amazing. However, Vassy gave up 5 goals in 2 periods, so that's a little bit concerning.
Well, the defense in front of them wasn't that good, and the Lightning came out to a slow start, even though they scored with 11 seconds the first in the game. There after that it was all Boston, but then Lightning turned it around.
I'm a casual fan. I'm still learning about the red line, blue line, all that stuff. But do you think it could have had something to do with? I heard the speed, the ice, the sight lines. You got to
certainly,
absolutely.
Absolutely. I definitely think it could have been the ice. It could have been the atmosphere. It could have been just again the Lightning coming out a little bit flat. Boston's a pretty good team, and they've been able to turn it around this year. So I definitely think a lot of those factors played into it.
Big shout out to John Cooper, aka Tony Montana.
Oh, you love that, don't you? Exactly. I love that. I absolutely
he
love
was
that.
Awesome, man.
He was, man.
And the assistant coach too.
Yes, the assistant coaches at the end of it, and then he has the cigar. That was
like the mafia was out there.
Awesome.
I was waiting for Tony Soprano to show up too.
The salute to Ybor City, which people just don't understand. Didn't get it.
That is true.
I just don't understand it. People you're not going to dress up as a pirate, you moron.
I know.
People just don't get it. Just try to do too much. Stay in your lane.
The Stadium Series, gosh, I think who's the commissioner there in the NHL? I forgot his name.
Gary Bettman.
I think what they really need to do. Let's make this a yearly thing in Tampa, man.
Yeah,
do so much fun, and do a Gasparilla weekend.
Yes.
You have the stadium, you have Gasparilla, everyone's fired up. You bring out the Pirates. I think this should be a yearly deal, man. I think that looked like I was hooked. Just the pregame, the uniforms, the Patriot gear that Bruins did. Hey, class act, a lot of fun to watch. It's going to bring in more eyeballs to the product.
Correct.
So now I'm probably going to watch more NHL games.
There you go.
And it's great. Hey, and as far as these Tampa Bay fans whining, complaining, and bitching and moaning, we got to fire this guy. Oh, woe is me.
I feel like I got like 500. Listen, man, I feel like I got 500 girlfriends sometimes on social media with all the yelling and bitching about all the Tampa Bay teams, especially the Bucs and Todd Bowles still being the coach.
Look, I want to read you something here. The Rays, since 2016, have the 8th best winning percentage in MLB.
Right.
That's what pretty much, because we had Mr. Miser owner, the worst owner in the world.
Yes.
They had the worst, they're talking about the 29th worst attendance and the 30th worst payroll. And they have the 8th highest winning percentage. I think they had they went to the playoffs, I think 5 or 6 times in the last 10 years. They went to the World Series in 2020. So look, quit crying. The Bucs won a Super Bowl in 2020. They won a division 4 times in a row. And the Lightning won 2 out of 3 Stanley Cups.
Not
in the
bad.
last 5
it's
years.
Not bad. Not
Gee whiz, chill out, people.
I'm telling you. And listen, the Rays haven't won a World Series yet, but again, you have optimism about their ownership coming out today saying, yes, we are going to pay half for something that we don't just expect the taxpayers here in the Tampa Bay area to flip the bill. We're actually going to pay half for it. Let the truth set you free. Finally, ownership comes out and understands what this is all about. Salute to the new ownership of the Tampa Bay Rays. You actually get it. Previous ownerships don't get it. So there you go. There's some optimism for you.
I'm hoping, as far as Mike Evans leaving, I'm going to give you a new number. I'm going to give my favorite number 0. I think he has a 0% chance.
0% chance of leaving. Why?
I think that when he looks at what Mayfield said, I think with the changes they made in OC, and I believe in DC is, they changed the DC as well, or no?
They did not change the DC. No,
okay, again, the OC changed. They brought in the guy from Falcons.
Yes.
You still have Bucky's coming back, McMillan's coming back, Godwin's coming back, Ibuka, right?
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much the whole O-line's coming back. Healthy, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
So look,
you got to get healthy.
Where else do you want? Is he going to go? I mean, you want him to run off to the Rams or maybe to the Bears? I mean, where else he can go? The Packers, Rams, Bears, Bills.
Well, who?
Chiefs.
Mike Evans? I mean, people are saying the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They're saying the Texans. I'm hearing the Bills here. Got trolls on this
I don't
broadcast saying the Bills.
I think he has a great chance here, winning division, going to playoffs, and finishing his career here. And then one last thing, we talk about the hypocrisy of NFL. I understand, talk about player safety. We know NFL owners are hypocritical, but you know who else is hypocritical?
Who's that?
Us, the fans.
Well,
because you know what? I want an 18-game season. You know what? I want 16 teams in playoffs. I want the season to start September 3rd. I want it to end maybe end of February. Because I know what happens after next week. What's going to happen? It's going to suck.
Well, it's
right?
definitely going to suck. It's definitely going to suck.
When football's over, it sucks.
Yes,
right?
Tom Brady.
From February to August, what do?
Tom Brady agrees.
Let's be honest, right, Peter?
Suck right there.
It does, yes.
It sucks.
It does.
So we're just as hypocritical. I mean, yeah, I don't want players to get hurt, but look, it's going to happen. We're going to get an 18-game season. I think you go with 16 teams in the playoffs. You give the top four seeds a bye week, and you can still do your seeds 5, 6, 7, 8. You still have the first week. You still got 4 games and 4 games and 4 games, and then you have the Super Bowl. So I
think what's a joke here is this prevailing thought of Roger Goodell again coming out in the State of the NFL address saying it's not a given. We have had no formal discussions. That's nonsense. You've had discussions.
Right.
You're going to have discussions
behind the scenes, right?
Right.
Yeah. You're going to see it. But again, I mean, honestly, when Thursday night rolls around, I know you say about player safety and sometimes the games are garbage, but if it's the Bills and the Chiefs or Rams and Seahawks, I'm watching that game.
Of course.
On Thursday night.
I think we all
watch
are.
the Saturday night games.
Right.
Christmas Day wasn't as exciting this year, but Christmas Day or Thanksgiving, I'm watching the game. So
yes.
Yeah, player safety is important, but it's us because look at the Packers. Bears had 33 million people stream that playoff game.
Yes. So
the eyeballs are there. People want to watch it. And from now until August, I mean, it sucks. We've got to deal with UFL, and we got the draft in April, and then we talk about
free agency and everything else. We got you covered.
OTAs
we got you covered.
And all that. But we're still there. But I mean, really, it sucks, Peter. We can talk about baseball, basketball, and hockey, which is okay, but it isn't the same as the NFL.
It is not the same as the NFL.
NFL's king. NFL's king. They're the king of the universe.
The king.
They are
the king of the world.
Jury and executioner. They run the sports world.
Yes.
Period. Point blank.
Just like Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble, by the way.
Oh yes.
Throw that out there.
He did. Speaking of the king, I'm happy for OTC. Kind of bummed out that AJ Styles, retired. I thought that was kind of a bummer to do it in Saudi Arabia, but it is what it is. But a lot of cool things. Maybe can we do a little bit of turnbuckle talk?
We'll do a little turnbuckle talk on Wednesday. I promise you. I promise you, wrestling fans, I haven't forgotten you.
Great show as always.
Thank you.
Go Bucs. Mike Evans ain't going anywhere. Tampa Bay fans, quit your crying. Be happy with the Rays and Bucs. It's enlightening. You got 3 solid teams that are playoff bound almost every year. So you could be a freaking Jets fan right now.
Well, that's true. Fan. You could be a Giant. You could be a Jets fan.
Yeah,
you could
Giants fan.
Yeah, you could be a Cardinals fan. You could be a Browns fan.
Raiders fan.
Yeah,
we go on and on.
You gotta love. You gotta absolutely love being a Browns fan. And what you're talking about in the offseason is Shedeur Sanders with his 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
I know.
In the Pro Bowl. Love it.
The problem is that no one wants. I mean, a lot of players don't want to play in the Pro Bowl.
Would you play in the Pro Bowl? Would you want to play in the Pro Bowl?
What's up?
They just need to discontinue it unless they bring it back to what it used to be.
Yeah, a flag football thing and everything else. Skills. Isn't it going on tomorrow? It starts Thursday or Wednesday?
I don't know.
I don't
know when it's at.
Who cares?
I don't know.
Anyways, hey, great job. Hey, we'll do a UFL preview. I want 4 hours of UFL talk in March.
Absolutely. Well, that's what we're going to get right on that, my friend. UFL talk.
So great job as always.
Thank you.
Go Bucs, go Bolts, go Rays, go Tampa Bay, go Devils too, and the Cubs. Spring training's right around the corner. So have a great rest of the week. I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Goodbye forever, and thank you for wasting my time.
There you go. He's done. He's out of here right there. Open phone line. I saw you, Eric Moreno, call in. Call back, 727-255. 0391 at 727-255-0391. As we'll continue to read comments, we'll get into the Lavonte David comments, as he had a lot of things to say about his future with the Bucs, about his love for Todd Bowles. Once again, to the chagrin of a lot of Bucs fans out there. Oh my God, he respects Todd Bowles as a coach. Yeah, he does. That's the reason why he's staying around. Hate to tell you, but he's staying around. We'll see if he comes back for another year. 36, 37 years old. Still playing at a pretty good level. Hurt, knee injury. Again, Father Time is undefeated, but, maybe because the reason why he wasn't playing so well last year because of the injury. So we'll get into the Lavonte David comments here on the evolution, but we'll continue to read comments. Let's go out to King Cook, and I will say this: if Mike walks, Bowles and Light are good as done, because that will say a lot. Just saying. Steven says Bowles needs to step up in 26 or he's out. Agree with you on that. Mike D. Roche's, I know hockey more than any caller or webhead, period. We'll show it. Talk about it. Boston should have won. They had like 8 opportunities, OPs, and the game. The Lightning did get a break because it looked like the Bruins did score in overtime, but they did call a penalty and the ref didn't whistle it dead, so they called it back. So the Lightning definitely got a break, but it was a penalty. There was nothing shady about it. There was nothing shady about these calls. They were hockey penalties. Whether you think I know hockey or not, I watched it. I watched the replays. I saw it. They were definitely the right calls. I meant power plays. Yes, they had power plays. My concern level is like a 3 or 4. It is what it is. Honestly, let's go out to King Cook. No matter what happens with Mikey, he's a Buccaneer for life. First ballot, Ring of Honor, period. Brightside Broadway says, hey, Peter. And then get well soon, Harry Berg. So let's go out to these comments from Lavonte David, as he was on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams last Thursday morning. He said, ultimately, it's my decision to come back because the Bucs have put it in the balls in his court. Of course, one more tackle, he would pass Derek Brooks for the most tackles in team history. He also had this to say: first and foremost, disappointed, that we didn't get a chance to make the playoffs, but it's our fault. It's our fault, nobody but ourselves. How about that? Accountability, right? We always say the big A word. Social media doesn't like the accountability word. Accountability. Players saying it's our fault. It's only our fault at this point. That's a team leader. Whether you think he's washed up or not. Nobody but ourselves. The way the year ended, the last 8 to 9 games following the first 8-game stretch we had after starting 6-2, we're kind of like disappointed to say the least. Also, David is just chilling around the house, enjoying bringing his daughter to and from school and adulting at home. You kind of wonder if the itch is there for Lavonte David. He also had this to say, getting to those comments. Yeah, if Todd Bowles wasn't coming back, it was no shot of a return. That's a fact. Me and Bowles just had that relationship. That's my guy, man. I've gotten extremely comfortable with him, comfortable with his defense. So good stuff there. Also, some other things that he had to say, and this is in care of our friends of Joe Bucs fan right there, putting it out there. Bowles as a man, as a person, everybody in the locker room loves him. The media, the fans give him a hard time because he's not. You don't see a personality out of him, but we players see it all. That's why we love him. Can I go ahead and read this comment again for you guys out there, the fans who want Todd Bowles fired, Van House Live, all the people here. I'm not saying every webhead wants him fired, but again, just go ahead, chew on this, some of you in Bucs Nation, of what Lavonte David, most likely a first ballot Hall of Famer, your team leader, your defensive leader, a guy that makes critical plays who will still play for this coach. That's the reason why he's still in the building at One Buck Place as we speak. Clip that. Bowles as a man and as a person, everybody in the locker room loves him. The media, the fans give him a hard time because he's not. You don't see a personality out of him. But we players see it all. That's why we love him. Boom. Let the truth set you free. With what Lavonte David just said. So again, it may seem like the locker room, he lost the locker room, he heard this, the narratives that are being thrown out there about this team. And I get it. Emotional, you feel a certain way. They're 6-2. They stumbled the second half. The locker room was giving up on him. Lavonte David says, nope, not true. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So what do you think? Do you think Lavonte David comes back? Does he come back and play? He also had this to say. This was on the podcast with Draymond Green. The game has changed a bit. We'll get back to that in a moment. Let's go out to this guy right here. Wish I have not seen him tonight.
Acknowledge me.
Let's go out to the tribal troll, Mr. Roger Shue. Roger, welcome to the Evolution.
Thank you. Great show as always.
Thank you.
And don't ever compare me to Van House Life. I am the only tribal troll, and he will acknowledge me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mike Evans.
I acknowledged you. But Van House Life has been here all night long. Where have you been?
I've been watching you all night long.
Well, you didn't comment. You didn't call in. You're supposed to be a moderator. You're supposed to be sharing the channel. You're supposed to be.
I'm babysitting.
Who are you babysitting? Besides
The chat.
yourself. You're babysitting the chat. All right. What do you have to say? Go ahead. Come on.
Mike Evans, gone.
So he's done. You're going to troll
Yes.
us, and you're going to say that Mike Evans is going to leave the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes. He's got 1, possibly 2 good years left in the tank. He's not going to send him here to go to the first round and be done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is he an all-time Buccaneer great? Absolutely. Hall of Fame player? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He wants a ring before he goes.
So you think he leaves the Bucs
Yes.
just because he wants a ring? So you don't think the Bucs will
Yes.
get desperate? You don't think they'll sign him? You don't think that Mike Evans takes into account what he's been able to build with this organization and what this organization has not only done for him, but given him, and what the community has given him? You don't think any of that plays a factor? You think he'll be just ring chasing?
That will all be a factor once he's done.
Okay. All right.
That's my honest opinion.
All right.
I think he wants a ring.
All right. No problem. Okay.
Lavonte David, I'm not sure one way or the other.
Okay.
I think maybe, this is just my opinion, I think maybe he's leaning toward retiring. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I thought so, but then again, you read some of these comments, and it certainly seems like he would consider, because again, it goes back to what I've talked about with Mike Evans considering coming back for this team, but this team showing him that they're willing to go all in, they're willing to be aggressive when it comes to free agency and the draft and make the proper moves, not only to win the NFC South, but be a Super Bowl contender. I think that's all playing a factor at this point of Mike Evans and especially Lavonte David.
I can see that.
Okay.
I can definitely see that.
Well, that's the reason why I host my own sports talk show.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
don't
you could
know.
see that.
It's just like we're in a wait and see pattern.
That's what we do here, man. We always wait and see. Be patient. Let it all play out.
I mean,
But we're
like you
definitely
said, you can't read and believe the AI crap that's out there.
well, Roger Goodell says you can actually.
He's an idiot.
He wants to use AI for there's nothing wrong with the officiating going on today. In fact, it's
Perfectly
fine.
perfect.
Perfectly fine. Yes. I'm amazed at how good the officials are. Thank you, Roger Goodell. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. It's awesome.
He's an embarrassment to the name Roger.
Well, he is still the commissioner. He's still making much more money than we're making decisions on a multi-billion-dollar revenue business like the National Football
What do you
League.
think about him wanting the 18-game schedule?
I think it's going to happen eventually. I think it's what goes back to what Sun Devil Dave, our friend there in Arizona, says. We're also hypocrites because as much as we say player safety, which listen, I definitely care about player safety, but I also know this is the reason why players, and especially a lot of players, get paid millions of dollars, because there's some risk to the game. And when you take some of that risk out of the game, yes, you may curtail the concussion situation, and you may definitely, save some players' health, but also you take away from the physicality of it. I still think the game is physical, but I think this whole notion that the NFL cares about the safety of their players is nonsense, because if they did, they wouldn't have Thursday night games. And of course, the fans, they want more football when it comes down to it. So I definitely think the 18-game season would happen.
It's the same thing if you look back at the NFL in the 70s, 80s, even with the NBA.
You're right.
70s and 80s. You had the Pistons and the Bulls. Those games were basically a fist fight every night of the week.
Absolutely.
I mean, you look at football then, and you look at it now. It's a completely different, watered down, soft version of football.
Well, there you go. All right. So what else, my friend? You care about this Super Bowl on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks because screw the Patriots.
It's okay. Screw the
I've seen
Patriots.
them win enough.
Seahawks are going to win that game. Any interest in storylines at all? Any interest in the Pro Bowl? Any interest at all?
My interest is the commercials for the Super Bowl.
Of course. And
it's definitely 100% not Bad Bunny doing halftime.
Well, I'm not going to get into that. A lot of people.
I'm going to tune into the Puppy Bowl.
All right, Puppy Bowl for you on halftime. All right, Roger Shu. Appreciate the call as always, my
friend.
Have a good night.
All right? Great show as always.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Open phone line 727-255-0391 at 727-255-0391. David says, like JP said, you're damn right. The players love him and keeps consistently giving them days off. Who wouldn't love a boss like that? Okay. King Cook says we have to get some dogs and winners in that locker room to set the tempo back right for our team. Agree. David says, to me, you're going to hear players' true feelings until Todd Bowles is gone. Like I said, how many spoke out against linebacker White until he was gone? Fair assessment. I don't want Mike to leave, but don't say he won't leave. 7 years ago, nobody would have ever said that Tom Brady would retire a Buck. There you go. And plus, I don't think it's fair to throw the community and all Mike brings off the field into his business decision to whether he wants to stay or not. I definitely think it's a fair thing. I think it plays a factor in it. If he loves the community of Tampa, which we know his family does, then that would definitely be a factor of why he may stay here. He may just be comfortable with this organization. He may be comfortable with the community. Instead of uprooting at 32 years old and going somewhere else. Does that make sense to you? If you played somewhere all your life and you love where you played and you love the community and you love the organization and you love what the organization does for you, but the whole factor is because I'm chasing money or chasing a ring, does that seem like Mike Evans to you? That doesn't seem like it's Mike Evans to me. That's why I don't put a lot of emotion in this report. I think it's much to do about nothing. I think it's rumor season, but that's why I'm asking the question. How concerned are you about this report from 1 to 10? Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Why wouldn't it be fair to throw the community? How much does he mean to this community? How much has he meant to this community over his time? You don't think that plays a factor into it? Of course it does. Players don't just consider, the tax breaks and the money. They consider everything. All that stuff plays a factor in it. It played a factor 2 years ago when supposedly he was going to leave for Kansas City and Houston, which we know he probably could have got more money from those teams. But he decided to stay with the Tampa Bay Buccaneer organization. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. But just because he loves the community doesn't mean just because he leaves, now he doesn't. Come on now. I didn't say he didn't love the community. You put words in my mouth. I said it plays a factor. It plays a factor in his decision-making, not only his family. It's not just his playing career. It's his family. If he's comfortable with the community, if he's comfortable with the organization, I would not anticipate him leaving. I would not. Whether you think the Bucs are good or not, And I think that would play a factor in it to see where the Bucs are going to go. Because as you know, around the NFL right now, the talk is that Todd Bowles is going to be on the hot seat. The talk right now, according to Booger McFarland of ESPN, he thinks that Jason Light could be on the hot seat and may not be able to hire another coach. So again, it goes back to what? It goes back to making decisions, making moves. Maybe it's out of desperation, but this team definitely has to save face. This team has to turn around from what they were last year. They do. So doesn't mean he just leaves now. He doesn't. Come on now. Mike were to leave. Who would say his wives are going to uproot? We don't know. I'm just saying it plays a factor in it. It definitely plays a factor. You're going to definitely uproot. You're definitely going to learn a new system. You're going to learn a new coaching staff. You're going to learn a new community. It's going to be different. You're at 32 years old. Does that make sense to you? 32 years old? Just throwing it out there. Brooks did put another team's colors. He just didn't make it through the preseason. He did start training camp with the Patriots. Did he? I don't remember him playing for the New England Patriots. I remember him playing for another team. Rondé Barber didn't play for another team. Hey, y'all, I think that he does love the city of Tampa, but if he's going to stay, I think he should stop dragging out. It's time he says something. Well, he doesn't have to say anything because the coaches can't talk to him right now. The team can't talk about it until the dinner bell of the new year opens up. It's just rumors right now. They will have an opportunity to re-sign him or let him test the free agency market, which you would think that, again, the market out there will be a team willing to pay him in excess of over $23 million. As crazy as that sounds, there will be somebody out there that will want to do that. Maybe the Buffalo Bills, maybe the Kansas City Chiefs, maybe the Houston Texans. Did you see what the Texans did? CJ Stroud needs all the help he can have at this point. With the disastrous postseason he had and the disastrous season he had, there's going to be some question marks about if he's the quarterback, and that plays another factor in it. Because you have chemistry with Baker Mayfield. You have chemistry with Chris Godwin and all these players. You're going to leave that? We always talk about it. Emeka Egbuka, Tez Johnson, Jalen McMillan. It's a lot of talent on this team still. Make no mistake about it, this offense struggled. There was a reason why the offensive coordinator was fired in the first place, whether you like it or not. Because when all those weapons returned, this offense struggled. So you leave that for somebody else. I don't know. I don't know if I buy that. What say you? Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Getting to the Lavonte David comments. Because he had a lot. Again, this was on the Draymond Green Talk About Football. Well, we'll get back to those comments in a moment. Let's go out to Eric Moreno. Eric, welcome to the Evolution.
What's going on? Bring the passion, bring the excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. How you doing, Peter?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing on Monday night?
I'm hanging in there, man.
Okay, good.
Yeah. As you were saying, when the offense got healthy, we got worse. Like in this, we put up, 38 against Seattle, and then we can only put up, 14 points in 2 games. So hopefully Zach Robinson can get these guys going. Get Cody Mock back. I think he's a top 5 guard. We really missed him. And then, the whole O-line was hurt.
You missed Bretterson at left guard.
Yeah,
that affected Barton at center. I definitely believe that. And Cody Mauch at the right guard spot. You were injured all year long, it seemed like, on the offensive line. One of the most important positions. Talk about wide receivers, talk about running backs. But when you don't have a consistent offensive line that can stay healthy, you have the continuity there, that's definitely going to affect your offense and how it goes.
You think Algier will be a good fit with the Bucs?
I definitely know where you're going with this because you have Zach Robinson now as your offensive coordinator. He's familiar. Maybe you can recruit him. I definitely think you'd be a great fit with the Bucs. I'm just not sure if the Bucs are going to move on from Sean Tucker, even though he's a restricted free agent. I still feel like they have some plans for him. They like his potential. He's shown some flashes of brilliance when he's gotten the opportunity. you're going to have to address this situation, whether it's in free agency or the draft, because Rachaad White looks like he's not coming back with his comments, and most likely probably does need a change of scenery with all those comments, burning bridges every step, every turn. And then, again, you have Sean Tucker, who's a restricted free agent, and you have Bucky Irving coming off an injury there. So you're going to need at least one or two running backs at this point. Whether you re-sign a Tucker or not, you're still going to need some players there. So Tyler Algier, he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid some money. I mean, he's going to get it. Does he want to go to the Bucs? Is he going to start for the Bucs? I think a guy like that who wants to get paid money, he also wants to have the opportunity to start, just like Rachaad White wants the opportunity to start for a team. So I think that's what's playing against you when you're talking about Algier and free agency. Does he want to come to the Bucs and be a backup like he was to Bijan Robinson, or does he want to go to a team, get paid big time money, and be the starting running back for somebody that's going to give him finally the opportunity to do that?
Yeah, I mean, Algier and Tucker are kind of similar. Tucker's, he's good, outside the tackles, so, I mean, they're kind of, they're kind of similar. But how about like a Josh Williams guy? He got suspended 6 games.
I mean, suspended 6 games. So I don't know if that's a player that you're going to ask to come back with a stupid decision making there. But again, you can get a running back in the 6th or 7th round. We've seen that. We've seen kid Kyle Manungai, a 7th round pick out of Oregon for the Chicago Bears, and give him the blocking, see what he can do. You can get running backs in the later rounds. You don't necessarily have to draft somebody in the 1st or 2nd round with those premium
or
picks.
even 3rd round.
Yeah. I mean, you can get some guys. You just have to find them. So, and the Bucs will definitely, I think, will be looking, but it's going to be predominantly this year, and it should be defense, edge rusher, linebacker. Again, whether Lavonte David comes back, you still got to address that situation when it comes to linebacker. You need an overhaul when it comes to defensive players. You definitely need dogs. You need guys that can make plays, whether they're young, whether they're veterans. You need to double dip and get as many defensive players in here to turn around this defensive unit that was, let's just face it, was lackluster.
Would you trade down and maybe go down to like 20 if the guy's not there and pick up an extra 3rd or 4th round pick?
I don't want to trade down. I think this is the year either you trade that pick for a Max Crosby or a veteran pass rusher, or you try to trade up and get somebody. I'm not trying to trade down. I understand I get that, because that's what Jason Line has done. But I think this is a year where if there's somebody on the board, say there's a Ruben Bain Jr. and he lasts, that's a guy you go after. David Bailey out of Indiana, natural pass rusher, edge rusher. That's a guy you may have to go up and get. That's a guy you go up there and get. Those are the aggressive moves. I know you need players. I know you need talent. A lot of people say you need both positions. Sonny Styles, he's been talked about, the linebacker out of Ohio State, 6'4", 243, could play in this defense, could be the heir apparent to Lavonte David, definitely would be an upgrade over Sebastien Dennis. That's a guy you may have to trade up for. Those are the type of moves you think you have to make. I don't know if you could just sit there at 15 and just hope for a player to drop down. I don't know if there's a guy there may be a guy that drops down, but I think this is the year where you may have to trade up and make some aggressive moves.
Like
that's my
10
opinion.
or 11 maybe.
Maybe a little bit, maybe a couple more spots, maybe in that top 10.
Yeah, I know that hasn't been Jason Light's motto, but maybe this is the year.
Well, if it's not the year, when is the year? When does that year come? Because if you don't make those moves in free agency and you don't make a trade, then you're definitely going to have to be more aggressive. You're going to get players that can come in here right away and make plays and at critical times. You can't afford a guy to, and that's why I say, like, people go, well, you give up the 15 pick for a veteran player like a Max Crosby. You do that because you're not depending on somebody to develop, because it's such a tough transition for an edge rusher or a linebacker, especially with, Rondé Barber's comments about how complex this defense is. You don't have time to depend on a rookie to learn this defensive system. You've got to hit the ground running. You've got to get players that can come in here and make plays right away.
Do you think the 15th pick this year a first round next year, and then maybe. I mean, I would hate to trade Zion McCollum because I think he can be a top 15 corner. And he kind of fell off last year, and then he got hurt.
It's certainly a possibility. Certainly, I think they would ask for you. That's the kind of deal you're going to make. You're going to give up multiple first round picks. You're going to give up. You may possibly give up some players. Absolutely, to get a guy like Crosby. I definitely think you would have to consider making that move. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Eric. Anything else, my friend?
Is this Rays thing going to get done? Because someone's. A Rays fan said that he doesn't think that it's going to work out in Tampa Bay.
Who said that?
It was a Panera customer I was talking to on work on Saturday.
Why did they say that? Why does he say it's not going to work out?
He said they're going to leave. I don't know.
They're going to leave where? Where are they going to go?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you should ask. Those are the questions you ask. When somebody throws you nonsensical garbage like that, they throw you a softball. You got to hit it out of the park, my friend, right? The baseball reference. If somebody, where are they going to leave? Where are they going to leave to? Because Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, have told you that they want to keep the ball club here in Tampa. Because if they didn't, they would have already moved them to Nashville or wherever a place people can come up with. They want them to stay in Tampa. So where would they go? Why is it not going to work out? Especially with the ownership coming out, according to the Tampa Bay Times, and saying they're going to pay half for the stadium. Why would it not work out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, all right. Appreciate the call, Eric.
Have a good night, Peter.
All right. Good stuff there. Open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Chemistry. It may not be the same, though, sad to say. We'll see. Still has chemistry with Baker Mayfield, right? That's an important position. I was wrong. Brooks just kicked around the idea of playing with the Patriots. I told you, I don't think he ever played with another team, just like Rondé Barber never played with another team. Sonny Styles for sure. David says, to me, Jason needs to knock it out of the park with free agency in the draft, or he should be gone too. Van House Life, the Bucs are cooked next year. Horrible coaches we have hired and didn't fire. Van House Life, no wonder Mike Evans wants to leave. We'll see. It'll all play out. We'll see if you're right about that. We'll see if he does want to leave Tampa Bay, or once again, you'll be eating your words. Let's go out to Lavonte David, talking on the Why is Draymond Green Talking About Football podcast. What a hell of a name that is. And he says last season, dealing with certain injuries, being physically unable to do certain things that I like to do, having an injury that you never really dealt with your whole career, it can mess with your mentality. I think that's what he's saying. So I kind of wasn't all there, like trusting my ability and stuff like that when I'm on the field. So just dealing with those type of things, but it's no excuse. Like I said, man, when I'm out there, I want to give my best. And before I make a decision on whether I do want to play again, I'm definitely going to reevaluate everything, my mental aspects, my physical aspects. When I'm out there on the field, man, I don't want to play no steps slow. I still want to look like the Lavonte David who the Bucs drafted in 2012. Interesting. Doesn't sound like a player who really wants to walk away from the game. Doesn't sound like he's satisfied about last year. Sounds like he still has something left in the tank, whether he's 36 years old or not. Certainly seems like he's disappointed with the way the season worked out for him, especially with dealing with injuries and what his expectation is. That's what it's all about. Like guys like Lavonte David, their greatness, their stats show it. Their play on the field shows it. Their actions, their accountability as a defensive leader for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you can't, that level has to be maintained. If it's not, then that's when, David most likely may walk away. That's the decision. But from those comments, it definitely does not seem like he's ready to walk away from the game. That's interesting. He also had this to say about the game itself. The game has changed a big time on the field. It's a lot of rule changes. Everything is getting looked at from the booth. I wish they allowed replay for unnecessary roughness to help us out a little bit. Hear that, Roger Goodell? The officiating isn't so perfect, right? Every time I'm watching the game, it's a hard hit. A flag is being thrown. I'm like, come on, man. You guys are taking the fun out of football. It's not malicious intent. It's just happened to be a big hit. Somebody got caught off guard. The flag is being thrown. That could be a game-changing situation. Being a defensive player, that is tough. He also said it almost became the no fun league, but you still find ways to have fun with the game. I'll never not love the game of football, but it's just certain areas that I wish they would ease up on, David said. So there you go. Now, this was not something that you necessarily Bucs fans wanted to hear, but this is from Pro Football Focus, called Buccaneers signing legendary veteran linebacker Lavonte David to a 1-year, $9 million contract, one of the NFL's worst free agent signings in 2025. I thought that was Hassan Reddick. That would probably be the worst free agent signing for the Bucs, one of the worst free agent signings in 2025. It's hard to entirely pick a bone with retaining a franchise legend, but David's play nosedived in 2025. Pro Football Focus's Bradley Locker wrote, the former All-Pro registered a career-low 52.6 overall Pro Football Focus grade with coverage. The main weakness, indeed, David's 132.2 passer rating when targeted was the third worst for qualified linebackers. David, of course, 36 years old, had 114 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries in his 14th NFL season. It's not clear if he'll come back for his 15th. But what do we learn tonight from Lavonte David? He was definitely dealing with an injury, and there is some regrets. So maybe there is some hope at the end of the tunnel there, some light at the end of the tunnel for David to come back. We shall see. Now, one more item, and then we'll get out of here for the night as we'll wrap this up to our extravaganza, the evolution of sports talk television here on a Monday night. A guy that is being rumored that's definitely could be a free agent. That would be Devin Lloyd. The Jaguars opted against picking up Lloyd's 5th-year option last season, to which he responded by producing his best season yet, earning second-team All-Pro honors. The 27-year-old posted the second highest Pro Football Focus overall grade at 89.1 among qualifying linebackers during the regular season. Pro Football Focus has him as the best landing spot. That would be your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs struggled mightily as a linebacker position this season, with the unit as a whole ranking 28th in Pro Football Focus overall grade. Lavonte David is weighing retirement. Savasi Dennis ranked 90th out of 94 qualifying linebackers in Pro Football Focus coverage grade of 30.5 this past season. So upgrading the position with Lloyd would be an immediate boost. The 27-year-old again posted the second highest Pro Football Focus overall grade at 89.1 among qualifying linebackers during the regular season, finishing as the only linebacker with an 80.0 plus Pro Football Focus grade, and run defense 83.2 and coverage 81.1 and pass rushing 82.2. So Devin Lloyd, is that somebody that would interest you, Bucs fans? We'll read the rest of these comments and then we will get out of here for the night. Appreciate the time as always. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay. Mike looked frustrated his last game. Hire Kevin Cash as Bucs head coach. He'd be better.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Stupid comments. Thank you, Van House Life. Very stupid of you. I think Mike has earned the right right now when he's ready. Season just ended. Let him chill a bit first before getting right back into this mess. King Cook says, Miss Bell, what's good? Kyle Trask for offensive coordinator.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Why don't I even read this comments? It's sad because Lavonte, you're right. He does sound like he's not done playing, but maybe a part of him feels like he should be. Ben House Life, random high school coach for head coach. I don't, Peter. That interview Lavonte did with Kay Adams just seemed like he was ready to retire. Maybe ready to retire. But again, those comments to the, what is it? The why is Draymond Green talking about football seem like there could be some chicken, if you will, left on that bone. As I hopefully you guys love to eat chicken wings as much as I do. Just talking about it. What is Light and Bulls waiting for these trades and free agents? I don't get it. Nobody can do any trades or free agency yet because once again, the dinner bell has not opened until the Super Bowl is over and until, March? So I think it's March when that dinner bell opens. Once again, thanks a lot to all the callers, all the comments. As always, appreciate that. We'll be back on Wednesday night. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Facebook stars are open. YouTube super chats. If you like the content, if you love the content, give to the content. Hopefully we'll have Harry back to talk about Super Bowl 60. And again, appreciate you guys as always. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. It does make sense. Always love Peter. Thank you, King Cook. Appreciate you as always. How do we end off this show? As you know them, you love them, you got to have them here on a Monday night. Again, thanks a lot for tuning in. It means a lot. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bucs fans, Go Bolts fans, Tampa Bay Rays fans, a big day tomorrow. It's your time. We'll see you next time on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. And as we always say on this show to end it off, Go Bucs.